My name is Jingles and welcome to Skins of Horde. This is the video where I copy Wired style interviews where they have experts from lots of professions answer questions from the internet. And here I am doing that about Minecraft skins. So I'm going through your guys' questions that you left about either specific things that you're working on or just general questions you have and answering them right here in real time. Enjoy! This is our first question here by Frank Gaming. I'm finding it tough to create truly custom clothing for skins as I'm aiming to push beyond the usual dresses, hoodies, and t-shirts to craft unique designs. That is such a real issue. I feel like a lot of us have that. If you look at NameMC, hold on, let's go there right now. Like, most of these designs are just, actually, I feel like this is like shockingly diverse here. I mean, okay, maybe like these and I guess these. But generally, if you look at NameMC, like the skins that people are wearing in game, it's a lot of just like, boring, e-girl, e-boy, same stuff, right? So, as to how to create truly unique skins, a couple people asked this question actually, so I'm answering them all in this one here. I do a few things. Firstly, I take inspiration from like actual characters and stuff that interest me. And then secondly, the other helpful thing is just browsing skin decks in Planet Minecraft. Planet Minecraft I feel like has a lot more variety, so sometimes I go there, but like mostly I like skin decks, right? Because that's just what I'm used to. And the problem is, yes, you will see a lot of like similar designs like we're talking about. And the other problem is you don't want to copy anyone's skins, right? So what you do instead is you look for very specific elements that you like in someone's skin. Oh, I really like how they did that sleeve. Oh, I really like how they did that shading here. Oh, I really like their hat. Whatever. And you take specific design elements from these skins and take inspiration from those to craft your own unique things. So your stick of shirts, whatever, scroll until you find something that interests you and build off of that. For example, this person did a cute little cloak design here, and they did, oh, I actually really like how they did their pigtails here too. So you could say, oh, maybe I'll do something like that, and take that and keep looking for other things that maybe you'll find something you want to combine that with. Hopefully that was at least a little bit helpful. Okay, next question we have here by The Peaky. I'm bad at choosing colors that fit in with new Minecraft styles. I can never get colors looking as good as you can. I don't really know what new Minecraft styles means, but we're going to stick to colors since someone else also asked about them. So if you're specifically talking about picking colors from like a real life image inspiration, here's your life hack. Go to coolors.co, C-O-O-L-O-R-S. Go to their tool section, image picker, bam! They have a little example here that will load in just a sec. You can browse images, like insert them from your desktop, whatever, and you can use these little thingies that sometimes glitch out, and pick any color, as you can see over here, from your image and use those exact colors. That is really helpful. However, if we are talking about just picking colors in general, like from yourself, from your imagination, here are a couple things to keep in mind. Hue shifting, as we hopefully all know. Let's do a little bit of pink and purple because that's easy to show. You start with a color here. When you are going for darker colors, you don't just want to do this. What you want to do instead is you want to also use this outer circle here. And I have a tutorial on actually picking colors, so go check that out. I will link it in the description or put it up here or something. You actually want to move this outer wheel as well, so you get more depth to your colors by taking the pinks. Oh, that was really bad. By taking the pinks into purples, by taking the oranges into the reds, the blues into the purples, yada yada yada. There are certain rules, so you don't do it the wrong way, which I have explained in that video that I was talking about. And this will really just make your skins pop. It looks a lot less flat, a lot more dynamic, a lot more beautiful. And the last thing to consider is how far apart, how different you want your colors to be. So in my style of skins, let's take a look at some of my skins over here. In my style of skins, I like my colors to be fairly close together because my style of shading isn't very extreme. As you can see, it all looks like kind of pastel, kind of like washes. This one especially, like they're all like blends together. And that's great for me. But some people have styles where they use less colors overall, and that means that your colors need to be a little bit more farther apart. This is actually a great example right here. Look at these legs. Look at right here. This person's not using that like detailed of a shading, which means that they need a little bit more a difference in between the shades that they are using to make it pop. So it really depends on your shading style. You want to consider if you want to have like a very smooth kind of aesthetic feel, you probably want your shades a little closer together. If you want something to pop that looks a little bit more unique, definitely consider having your shades a little bit farther apart. Next question from the Spooky Macabre. How does one make feathers or any complicated textured thing in all caps? I'm struggling so hard to make a feathered cape for a character and would love some help. Glad you asked. The first thing I absolutely recommend whenever you have any question, you're like, bruh, how do I make this thing? Here's your life hack. Go to Skindex or Planet Minecraft, search it up. Feather. Go to most voted and see what's going on. See what the pros, the people who are making popular skins, which generally are more advanced, see what they're doing. Sometimes you won't find much. Like here, am I really seeing that much? Sometimes you have to click on things because they're not like available. Oh, like right here, here's a feather. That is cool. That's not really related because this person wanted a feathered cape, so you're gonna need a lot of them. But a lot of the times, the majority of times, you can get some good inspo from these pages. Something that might be more helpful is also doing related terms. Like here, I would probably search wing or wings, and you'll get a lot of angel type stuff, which will give you an idea of what I'm about to explain to you, like this. Jojo does a great job here. I know it's not a cape, and I don't exactly know how I would explain how I would do that without just showing you making the whole thing, which would take a lot of effort. So I'm just going to explain using the wings example. Oh, that one's really good. Ooh, I love that one. Okay, here's a skin I made a few months ago. So it's a commission. And here are the wings. These are angel style wings, which look as about as close as you're going to get to feathers with Minecraft skins. And the number one thing you want to think about when you're looking like complicated textures, blah, 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 is that with SD, non-HD Minecraft skins, you are always going to have to compromise. You just are physically limited by the medium, and you will never be able to make like beautiful, complex things like you would be able to in drawing, where in drawing you have like unlimited space. Right, so just take it easy on yourself, first off. And then second off, experiment. Experiment is like my number one tip. Experiment, look at inspo from other people, and you will figure it out. So for feathers, I typically do something like this. It's kind of similar to my dress pattern, how I make dresses. We have a light, dark scenario. First, you want to outline your shape. I usually outline it with the lightest color. And then I go in every other column with darker things. So if you are making a cape, it would function somewhat the same. What you can do also to make it look more feathery is by adding different layers of colors. Like that person we just saw, I'm gonna go back to that, hold on. Like for example, this really stood out to me as wow, those look like feathers because they used color really effectively and shaping. But if you're trying to do a one colored feather cape, it's gonna be hard, I'm not gonna lie to you. So maybe using different layers of colors and shape like within the colors, like this person didn't just like go straight across and like cut off and then do a different color. They have like a lot of like layering depth here, which made this look beautiful. And I bet their outer layer also really helps with that. Let's take a look. Yeah, beautiful. So hopefully that helped. How to make gear sort of stuff like a sword on the back, or how to make transparent stuff on your skin. I'm gonna answer the second part first because it's really quick and really easy. You cannot do this with Skindex, like you physically cannot. You need to use Planet Minecraft. Probably Blockbench has this. I'm a Blockbench hater. Anyways, if you're in Planet Minecraft, super simple. All you need to do is pick your color, blah, 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 blah. Right here, opacity. Turn that down to your desired level, and then you will have a beautiful semi-transparent, oops, that looked really bad, semi-transparent. That actually does not look transparent at all, but I promise it is, because this is the 100%, right? So you can play around with that, and now you know. That's how I make glasses, because glasses are notoriously hideous in Minecraft skins. I always just have like maybe a color like this. I don't know. like that at like 20-30%, like that. That's my glasses, but obviously not that big and not right there. Nobody has glasses there, right? And as for the other part of the question, how to make gear sort of stuff, like a sword on the back, that is a great question. Let me choose a simple skin as an example. All right, Quackity, you're up. Glamified Quackity. We're gonna add a sword to your back. Go to the back. You definitely do not want to be doing this on a character who has so much going on or very similar colors, because unlike in drawing, you cannot like layer by like outlining objects. Like you can't have a thin black line on the outside of your sword to make it pop out. So if you already have like a gray or black, whatever color you want your sword to be, like shirt under this, it just won't work, period. So you gotta be choosing a different color here. Like blue is great. So then we can choose a gray like this, whatever. Maybe like that. And usually what I do with these is I make them diagonal. Just like this. Make it however long you want, and then add like a little handle at the end. You can definitely have some creative freedom with the design at the end here with whatever you want. Maybe it's like that, who knows. And then what you want to do is make the inside lighter. This is like not a complete shaded tutorial, everybody, but you want to make the inside lighter so it looks sword-like, like that. I would also add some outer layer here to, you know, spice things up. Last question I will be answering for today, just because I don't want this video to be super long, and I do have some tutorials and some of the stuff people have asked, or I'll be making them, or I'll be doing another video like this in the future, depending on the response. But anyways, last question for today is, how do you make curly horns on the side? From Lee Jasser, 7878. Great question. I'll show you. Here's a commission I did from 1 year ago, and it has like little ram goat horns, which is I'm assuming that is what you were talking about. Anyways, let's go going here. So first off, you always want to make your outline. Usually I don't make the horns like wrap around like that, but totally up to you how big you want them to be and how far you want them to be. I think I did that just because of the elf ears there, that was in the way. I've done these before. This is probably not my best example, but that's okay. What you want to do is first outline your shape with your lightest, and then we're gonna do a similar pattern to what I was talking about before with the light dark near the top. Maybe I would even do that near the bottom too over here, but this is from a year ago again. Like I said, maybe I'd add some more highlights here too. But near the top of your horn, what I like to do is add a dark followed by a light dark pattern near the top. That really gets the like texture down. I'm sure that if I look up horns, I will see that in other examples, which I urge you to do, like I was just saying before. And then when you have the curve down here, maybe it comes up here as well. It depends on, like, usually I don't even do ears, like I just have it like that. If you curve back up here or whatever, you're gonna want it to be darker on this side as you come down, and then a little bit lighter up here as you curve back up again. For the outer layer, you would want to do outer layer in places that are lighter up here, like the light columns, and then a lot more down here near the bottom. And I would also do like the little tip where you curve over here too. This is what I did for my outer layer. But this is like very fluid. This is just like general advice for what I would do. Play around with the shape, the exact size, the exact shading. This is just general advice. Hopefully that helped though. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you learned something today. If you like this style of video, please let me know. This is very experimental. If it does well, if you like, subscribe, whatever, I will make more of them. It just totally depends on you guys, whether you like this or whether you like the classic tutorials, which I will be bringing back soon. So let me know. As always, commissions are open, and I will see you next time.